From the West Gym at Wadsworth High School, it is game number 7 of the 2007 Wadsworth Grizzlies boys basketball season. Tonight, another Suburban League matchup as the Barberton Magics pay a visit at 5-3 overall, 1-2 in the Suburban League. The Grizzlies 4-2, 3-1. You see the Suburban League standing before coming into tonight's game. An important one for both teams on the hardwood tonight. Hi again, everybody. John and Dr. Gary Bernard with you for WCTV Sports as the alma mater is being played here in front of a pretty packed house at Wadsworth High. Purple on one side and a sea of red on the other. Of injury note for Wadsworth, we noticed Chris Edwards not in uniform tonight, and Anthony Schrock also still out for Wadsworth. He broke his bursa sac and had to stay off the legs for quite a while, but I'm told he will be back next week, January 9th, the next game for Wadsworth when they visit the first place Copley Indians. And we've got, again, a couple more former Grizzlies out there on the floor being recognized. And boy, those guys are from back in my day.
Yeah.
You see Jed McKnight and Gary Boyce standing out on the Wadsworth W at center court.
Yeah, Gary Boyce, I don't ever remember a player before or since who went to the basket as well as Gary did. He was just tough handling that ball, slashing to the bucket.
Gary Boyce there on your right of the screen and Jed McKnight on the left as far as tonight's game goes. Well, the Magics, they've had 39 straight seasons without a losing record. So the Magics are attempting a 40th consecutive winning season. They have won 20 games in a season, 16 times, and of course they won the Class AAA state crown under Coach Reynolds back in 1976. They are the defending Suburban League champions under head coach Ken Rector, now in his 11th year as head coach of the Barberton Magics. Rector is a 1984 Barberton graduate and a former player for the Magics. For Wadsworth, they're coming off a loss over at the Reynolds Classic, 68-64 to Jackson. And the Magics were expected coming into this season to be at the top of the league. Already 2 league losses, a surprise to many, I would think. They did lose to Copley and Green so far. What the Magics do have, though, is depth and height. Just looking at their starting lineup, they're 5. They go 6'5", 6'5", 6'2", 6'1", 6'1".
Yeah, that was one of the factors, I think, that thinking about this game beforehand, that we might have a little trouble on the boards. And I would anticipate this might be a fairly physical game as well.
Should be. This year the Magics return a senior-laden team as they only lost one player from last season, a team that lost to eventual Division I state champion Canton McKinley in the regional semifinals. Here's the starting lineup for the Magics. Number 32 is Blaine Carey, 6'2" senior. Adam Moore, number 33, 6'1" senior. Number 34, a starting freshman, Jacob North, 6'1", and North led the Magics with 10 points in their last win at the Reynolds Classic. 41, one of the twins, Josh Miller, 6'5" senior, and Luke Thompson, another 6'5" kid, also a senior. Josh Miller's younger brother, twin brother, Jeremy, will come off the bench.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised he'd be the 6th man. One of those boys used to have a lot longer hair than the other, so you could kind of tell them apart. But
now they have the same haircut.
Very similar. Number 25, Jeremy, may have just a little bit longer.
Jeremiah Lawson, number 3, 5'10" senior, starts for Wadsworth, as Jeremiah Lawson is averaging 15 points a game, and Lawson has led the Grizzlies in either points or assists in all but one game. Also, we've got Taylor Smith, 5'11 junior. Number 12 is Joe Goddard, 6-foot junior. Goddard averaging 14 points on the year. Goddard has 20 3-pointers on the season. As a matter of fact, Goddard has 20 of Wadsworth's total 36 threes on the year. We have Chad Baughman, number 30. Chad Baughman, 9 points per contest. And Baughman was named player of the game in the Grizzlies' loss to Jackson at the Reynolds Classic. And rounding it out, Mike Barlo, number 44, 6'4 senior. Barlo averaging 11 points, 8 rebounds a game. And thanks to Edmeyer Photography for those nice starting lineup photos here on WCTV Channel 16. This one usually a hotly contested one. Jumping is Miller and Barlo, and Miller knocks it back to the lead guard, Adam Moore for Barberton. And a thing to watch with Josh Miller in the post. He's got a little bit of a mean streak to him.
Yeah.
As you'll notice out on the floor, he might get a little chipper with somebody tonight. There's Carey. He dumps off to Thompson. Thompson squares up against Barlo in the middle of the paint for the basket.
Yeah, it looks like Wadsworth is really defending the paint, and the outside game, they're going to have to hit it outside, Barberton is.
Here's Baughman with the ball. Flips it over to Goddard.
Yeah, they got the freshman on, Joe Goddard. That's 34, Jacob North.
And here's what Coach Callahan told me to look for. The Grizzlies going to spread the floor. And they're doing it here already. Reminds me a little of Cuyahoga Falls style basketball. 3-pointer missed by Goddard. Rebound pulled down by Luke Thompson.
Oh,
and
boy.
Carey was carrying the ball.
Blaine Carey.
So 4 of the 5 starters for Barberton, seniors, and the other starter, the freshman North. Here's Barlo to Baughman in the corner. Lawson standing on the Grizzly head, dribbles around, way out front, Barlo. And a style of offensive play we've yet to see from the Grizzlies this season. There's Lawson left open for a 3. Hit it!
Yeah, they're going to have to be very patient, or at least that's what they're doing. Very patient game.
8th 3-pointer made by Lawson this season. There's Carey with the jumper. He hit it. Quickly down the floor, tipped out of bounds by Wadsworth. Good hustle by Blaine Carey coming the other way to disrupt that one. Here's Adam Moore.
Now, this is kind of interesting defense Grizzlies are playing. Look at Joe Goddard.
Face guarding North. He must be a great shooter. Then a travel called on.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. You know, freshman in there looks like a triangle and 2.
Here comes Drew Knight, 5'10 senior, and Drew Constantine, 5'11 senior.
Mitch White is in.
Mitch White off
22.
the bench. 5 points a game for the Grizzlies for White.
Barberton employing a bit of a press down there, man-to-man.
Lawson drawing attention from NAIA and NCAA Division III programs.
Yeah, Jeremiah's really improved. He had a tendency to lose the ball a little bit. I think he's worked on improving that.
This may not be the most exciting form of basketball to watch, but hey, Coach Callahan thinking, let's beat these guys, and here's how we're going to try to do it.
You know, wins a win.
Remember watching back a couple of years ago, I just talked about it. Cuyahoga Falls would play teams like this. Mitch White just standing there, holding the ball and looking around. waiting for somebody to make a move, and they're not. Here comes Coach Callahan with a couple words for Drew Constantine.
Well, no one's moving at all.
Then Mitch White talking to Drew Constantine. Barberton not coming out to defend to start the...
And the boos are coming from the Barberton side.
They're not starting the count.
No, he's got to move up on him to, you got to defend him to get that 5-second count.
Luke Thompson just standing there at the top of the key. Now they'll come out on him. Here comes Josh Miller. White has to dribble. Bounces to Lawson. Lawson way out front. Gets around Carey. Throws it underneath to White, who was open and drew the foul. Mitch White, he's made 5 free throws so far this season through 6 games. And he missed the first one. Mitch White, 6 rebounds in the loss to Jackson last Saturday.
Yeah, Mitch is a heck of a leaper.
Second one also misses. Rebound Thompson.
Boy, he gets up real good.
Carey must not have much of a long-range shot. They're leaving him wide open around the perimeter.
Boy, if they got a 3-point shooter.
Carey misses. Rebound. Thompson, he's fouled.
And,
well, Adam Moore, number 33, is an outstanding shooter and ball handler. Number 33 for the Magics. He'll eventually will own nearly every career offensive record at Barberton, and that's due to the fact that he's a 3-year starter, and as a freshman he was the first off the bench. Adam Moore being told that as you look at Thompson, Adam Moore is looking to further his life after school. Maybe we'll talk about him when he's highlighted here later in the game. 4-3 Barberton lead. Already 4.5 minutes gone in this one. Baughman, nice dribble move around Moore, then back out to Barlo, now to Constantine, and now to Lawson. Interesting, though, that lost ball poked out from behind of Lawson. Here's Carey again. Over to Miller. Miller goes up strong and rolls it in. Josh Miller. Interesting that Wadsworth wanting to hold this to a low-scoring game, because when you look at these two teams' points per game, there's a huge difference. The Grizzlies averaging 63.5 points per game. Barberton averaging 49.
That surprises me a little bit.
Three-pointer, Lawson hit another. 6 points for Lawson on 2 threes. That ties it up. Miller way out front, rolls around the 3, rebounded by Baughman. To Lawson. Lawson dribbles behind the back. No, looks it in the paint. Out of bounds off Luke Thompson.
No, it hit Drew Constantine's leg on the way out.
As a matter of fact, Barberton is the lowest scoring team in the Suburban League at 49 points a game. But they are second best defensively.
That's just what I would surmise, that with their record they've got to be.
They are allowing only 49 points a game. Wadsworth allows 59.5. Copley has a point differential of 20 points per game. They are scoring 20 points more than their opponents. They score about 68 and allow about 48. That's the Copley Indians. Here's Steve Pitts, the great wide receiver on the football team, is in there now. That was a missed shot by Matt Fortner, another contributor off the bench for Barberton. Pitt's one of the first players off the bench, is a 5'10 junior. And Fortner, a 6'3" junior.
Jeremy Miller, Matt Fortner. Let's see, Moore still in there, and Kenny Calhoun is a new Magic player too.
It's another Barberton name.
Yeah.
Also Todd Janiga, this other senior.
Yeah, that name should be familiar to Wadsworth.
His brother Kyle played here at Wadsworth. Janiga, big-time Barberton name. Driving the lane is Lawson, and he misses. Rebound pulled down by Jeremy Miller.
Very nice move. Just didn't go in.
Here's Adam Moore. Little crossover dribble. Gets it to Kenny Calhoun. Then in the corner, a three by Fortner. Is good. Drew Knight had his pass tipped. Ball turned over.
Bounce pass.
Here's Pitts for three. He got one. All of a sudden, the outside shot.
Starting to run with him now.
There's a foul on Miller, Jeremy Miller. Taylor Smith to inbound in front of the Barberton bench.
Yeah, you said that Moore's going to have some of the records at Barberton. That's a little surprising. Boy, think of the guys that Barberton has had.
Yeah. It's just due to the minutes he's logged.
Yeah.
Playing varsity since his freshman year, now a senior.
Yeah, you think of the Bodners and
Carter Scott.
And also, who has that played in the NBA for San Antonio?
Yes. Someone's yelling it at the TV screen right now.
Yeah.
Final seconds of the first quarter. Barberton has doubled up Wadsworth, 12-6. Elbow clear there by Lawson. Baughman left open. Three-pointer! Chad Baughman. That'll end the first. Long shot off the front of the iron by Kenny Calhoun.
Not like LeBron did the other night, making that 83-footer. Yeah, I saw the replay of that. That was something.
I heard Joe Tate's replay of it, and he said 3 got it on that, the call of LeBron making that shot. Papa John's Pizza here in Wadsworth, 334-4949. And they've asked us to let you know about the game night special. If you buy 2 large at regular price, you get 1 large free. Tell them you saw it here on WCTV. Their number, 334-4949.
Well, Wadsworth has 9 points on 3 threes. 2 by Lawson and 1 by Chad Baughman.
Barberton has 2 threes and 3 twos. Well, Coach Rector, he's a good one for the Magics. Rector's teams have won at least 15 games in each of his previous 10 seasons.
You remember who the coach was at Barberton before Coach Rector?
Would have been Roger Kramer.
That's correct.
So this is his 11th year. He's won at least 15 games every year he's coached the Magics. And I mentioned they've won 30, or they've had 39 straight winning seasons.
Good play there to Barlo.
Get Barlo going offensively, it'll help. Baseline, Josh Miller.
Boy. Baseline, it still gets me.
Baughman triggers off a big 3, misses rebound. Miller.
Boy, he gets up there after that ball. And that's Jeremy. Those kids are kind of hard to tell apart.
Miller
to his brother.
Miller had there's a charging foul on Jeremy Miller, who his brother Josh had 9 points and several crucial rebounds in Barberton's win over Nordonia in the final game at the Jack Reynolds Memorial Classic at Barberton on Saturday. Magics converted 15 of 24 free throws, including 10 in a row in the second half. The Nordonia Knights only scored 8 points in the fourth quarter and shot 31% for the game. The Magics won that game 49-37. First chance we get, we'll tell you about Wadsworth's game with Jackson over there at the Reynolds Classic. An abysmal first half is what prevented the Grizzlies from having a chance at winning that one. They pulled close a couple of times but could never get over the hump. Taylor Smith just threw it away.
Tried to get it bounced past the Barlo, didn't get through the hands.
It's not going to work with a lot of those trees Barberton has standing there on the low blocks on each side. Pitts another three. That one in and out. And stepping out of bounds was Luke Thompson as he went up for the rebound. Wadsworth not having too much trouble with the height advantage of Barberton so far. So Barberton, Suburban League and district champions last season in their first Suburban League season. Here comes Drew Constantine, gives to Mitch White. White hands off to Baughman. Now to Lawson. 2 minutes gone, second quarter. Now they're going to come out and defend.
That is kind of the way we started the game.
Drew Constantine looks over, sees the ref is counting, so he'll dribble drive all the way up. Right side, double pumps it up. Nope. Adam Moore with the rebound. Good D on Barberton's side there. Pitts knocks that one down, has a clear open lane to the left side. That'll bring a timeout from Coach Callaghan as the Magics jump out to 16-11 lead. Well, we're back into the thick of conference play. Wadsworth has 3 away games after this one. At Copley, at Talmadge, at Highland. So the next time we see you for a boys game won't be until January 23rd, and that'll already be into the second half of the Suburban League season when Revere will visit. And speaking of non-conference games, the Suburban League is now 14-10 so far this season in non-league games. As far as these two rivals go, Wadsworth and Barberton, over the last 10 meetings, Barberton has 6 wins to Wadsworth's 4. That does include one playoff win for Barberton in 2002. Mitch White, offensive foul. He went up strong, made the basket. Here it is.
Oh, boy. Oh.
That is a...
Feet are moving.
Yes, big time. Saw on the replay that was not a charge.
Yeah, those feet have to be established.
Established. Remember, we're announcers here. Moore along 3.
Oh.
Not enough arch on that one. Pitts jumps up for the rebound, misses, gets his own rebound, misses again, and Miller knocks it out of bounds. That was Josh Miller knocking that one out. Here comes Big Mike Barlo back into the game.
And Taylor Smith replacing Drew Constantine. Yeah, it looks like the starting lineup out there now.
So it looks like is that your favorite ref from the girls' game over at Stowe?
That could be. Yeah, I think he's one that about cleared the gym at Green.
Yeah, it is. Out of bounds. Barberton ball. Well, he brought a riot over at Stowe last Friday.
Yeah, there's some bad calls there both directions.
Long 3, Calhoun. Nope. Kicked by Baughman. He chases it down and saves it, and then a foul on Taylor Smith for
downfield blocking.
Yeah. Steve Pitts, the outstanding receiver for Barberton, he just got tripped up there by Smith. 3 team fouls on Wadsworth. Here's Adam Moore. Adam Moore last year, or actually when he came into Barberton's program, he came in as a shooter. As you see him miss there, over the back rebound and put back. It's Josh Miller, and he's got 6 points. 14-footer, Taylor Smith at the other end.
Yeah, saw number 3 coming up behind him and just got it off in time.
Got Goddard on Adam Moore now, and there it is. No one really guarding Pitts. There's North. He thought about it. Out to Calhoun for a 3. Short. Tipped around. Pitts tipped it to Miller and then rebounded by Smith. So good job on the boards there for Wadsworth. Still trailing by 5. Baughman whips it over to Lawson. Gonna start spreading it out again.
I don't see much movement on the wings in that offensive set.
There's Baughman. Boy, he spun that one up with just enough English to get it to fall. He almost walked, too.
Yeah.
Pitts pump fakes. Bounces to Calhoun for another jumper. Got that one. Calhoun's first basket of the night. Back to a 5-point lead. Smith saves for Wadsworth. Gets it to Lawson. Lawson to Barlo. And then Miller jumps in for the steal. And he said a bad word to the ref after the whistle was blown on him.
Oh.
I read the lips from up here. He may have lipped it, though, so the ref didn't hear it. But
yeah, because certainly if he would have heard it, he would have called a T. They don't permit much profanity on the floor by the
not
boys.
in high school.
Nope, and rightfully so.
3 minutes left, first half. Low-scoring game. Constantine to Lawson. Lawson turns his back on Pitts. Now to Barlo. Barlo been standing out there in the center circle a lot tonight, something you don't see very often. Dribbles in, dribbles back out. Nice feed to Lawson, who does the spin move, but misses the basket.
Nice move.
Calhoun drives in, kicks out to Pitts, left wide open. Thompson rebounds. No.
Oh.
Over the back
Holy
rebound.
cow.
Calhoun. Calhoun with 4. Constantine thought about launching the 3, then Moore was right in his face. To Smith. Smith turn around 3 off the side of the backboard. Rebound Lawson picks it up. Nice pass to Smith. 15-footer Constantine short. Rebound Barlo. Kicks it back out to Smith. Now to Constantine, 1:50 left.
Coach Callahan said, get back out there.
Well, an interesting offense employed. 3-pointer, Constantine, no. Barlo fights to Goddard, off the back of the rim. Barlo fights again, Goddard picks it up again. Foul on Pitts. And you think about maybe why Barberton might be one of the lowest scoring teams is because teams do just this against them to prevent them from running the floor and lighting it up. Nice feed into Constantine for the basket. Grizzlies back to within 5. They're leaving Pitts wide open.
Yeah.
There's Moore flicking one off quickly and nailing it. There it is, the senior sharpshooter, Adam Moore, who Last year, he really sacrificed his scoring because Coach Rector needed someone to run the point, and Moore is just a great leader, played this varsity sport for 4 years, really is the heart of this Magics team, and he gets the steal underneath, does Adam Moore. Moore throws it out to Miller for the long shot, box out rebound Smith, and Adam Moore is maybe about to accept an appointment to West Point.
Well, that says something about his academics, too.
Yeah, and
leadership.
If not, we've heard also he may attend the Air Force Academy, which takes no slouch either.
Not at all. Any of those military academies, you have to have carrying the ball.
I think it was over and back. No?
No, he
okay.
Emotion.
Barberton going to hold for the last second shot, it looks like, here at the first half. Pitts fakes a three to Moore, fakes the fall down, and that'll end the half. 25-17. That shot by Constantine, I think, was after the buzzer. 25-17. Barberton leads by 8 heading into the locker room. We'll take a real quick TV break and be right back for second half action. Back for the second half, 25-17. Barberton leads. Here's your first half scoring totals.
Okay, Kenny Calhoun 4, Steve Pitts 5, Matt Fortner 3, Blaine Carey 2, Adam Moore 3, Josh Miller leading the way with 6 points, and Thompson with 2. For the Grizzlies, 2 points each for Mike Barlo, Drew Constantine, and Taylor Smith. 5 points for Chad Baughman and 6 for Jeremiah Lawson.
Yeah, not many points to tell you about, 25-17.
42 points, both teams in the half.
Papa John's Pizza, better ingredients, better pizza, 334-4949 here in Wadsworth. Give them a call for some delicious pizza. Adam Moore are going to start things off for Barberton here in the second half, as they'll be coming our way as the two teams switch sides.
Yeah, kind of waiting for the crowd to filter in. Some new rules last couple of years. No one seated in the first seats, except the teams, of course. Double high post.
Get it into Miller. He's double teamed, throws it away. Picked up by Baughman nicely for Wadsworth. Wadsworth again starts. Our cameramen have switched cameras here for the second half. There's Baughman, a three, and he nails it. 25-20. Blaine Carey misses. Good
nice box out
yep.
by Taylor. Taylor Smith. Yeah.
Enabled Baughman to get the rebound.
The referee's starting to count. You got to get rid of that ball. Four threes for Wadsworth thus far in the game.
That gives them
another interesting stat this game. There have been no free throws made.
Huh. Smith misses. Tip, Barlo, tip to Lawson, who gets credit. Could almost give Barlo an assist. Wadsworth now 40 threes made on the year. Miller goes up against the double team and misses. Good job defensively again by Wadsworth. Smith almost lost that pass out of bounds. 3, Lawson hit it. Tie it up as Wadsworth goes on an 8-0 run to open up the third quarter.
2 threes and a deuce.
Well, finishing on the Reynolds Classic, the Jackson Polar Bears used a 20-8 run in the second quarter to blow things open against the Grizzlies. It was 35-22 at the half. A lot of missed layups and 4 free throw shooting by the Grizzlies, who were just 2 of 7 from the free throw line in the first half. In the third quarter, the Grizzlies went on a little bit of a run to make it a game. Jeremiah Lawson finished with 14 points, 6 assists. Joe Goddard, 14 points. But the Polar Bears pushed the lead to 9 points with 6 minutes to play. Then Chad Baughman, the player of the game in that loss, proceeded to score 7 straight points for the Grizzlies to pull them within 2, 55-53, with 3 minutes remaining. The Polar Bears then went up again by 9 points. One last surge by the Grizzlies got them to within 3 seconds with 15 seconds left on the clock. 3 points, I'm sorry. But the Polar Bears made some clutch free throws to close the game.
Another rebound, Taylor Smith on that one. Good positioning.
And the Grizzlies outscored Jackson 42-33 in the second half, as that one called off Lawson. But it was too little too late for Wadsworth after that second quarter breakdown at the Reynolds Classic loss to Jackson. That Reynolds Classic is in memory of the legendary coach who died in 2005. He coached high school basketball for 29 seasons. As Miller gets it, puts it on the floor, and makes a nice post move for the bucket. Coach Reynolds' final 17 coaching seasons were with the Barberton Magics before he retired in 1987. Some other interesting things about Coach Reynolds: he never had a losing season, and he finished with a career record of 549 wins. As Lawson gets hacked by Miller, and Reynolds only had 121 losses. His career winning percentage, 82%.
I heard they broadcast all those games on WAKR, and I've heard part of one of the games and talking to a player that played for Coach Reynolds, and said they never had any set plays. It was a lot of emphasis on defense, team playing, and
another free throw missed.
Yeah. Well, there hasn't been any made this game.
Of course, Coach Reynolds coached those great Barberton teams in the mid-'70s. We talked about Ohio State standout Carter Scott, the twins Marty and Mark Bodner, who played at Michigan.
Yeah.
And of course now the Miller twins playing for Barberton. And Reynolds did win the state championship in 1976 with those players. He had 2 other state runner-up finishes.
Well, those were some great teams they had. Of course, we saw them play against Wadsworth back then.
And the player you were trying to think of earlier was Alvin Robertson. That played for Barberton and graduated in 1980 as a three-pointer is put up by Calhoun. He had a great look at it. That one knocked out of bounds.
Thompson knocked that one out of bounds. I see LaRubio's in. Anthony LaRubio.
Oh, okay.
He played quite a bit in the JV game, which Wadsworth lost that game 54-42.
Timeout wanted. Wadsworth looking to take a lead here at some point. But Alvin Robertson was the one, graduated 1980, went on to play for the San Antonio Spurs, played in an exhibition game here when they used to bring the Cavs in back in the day, and he also played on the Olympic team with Michael Jordan back in the...
I remember that game up here. I was kind of volunteered to help, and before any of the crowds came in, I was standing by one of the doors. We were going to open it when the time was right, and one of the San Antonio players came out, a guy by the name of Steve Stepanovic, he was 6'10" or 11. Came out and I talked to him for a couple minutes and shook his hand, and my hand was lost in the grip. Yeah. But he was very nice, saying what a nice facility we had in Wadsworth. I talked to him for a few minutes, and very nice gentleman. He blocked out the sun over me. He was so big. He had about a 54-inch spread on his shoulders, and his waist looked like it was about a 32. Big man.
All right, Wadsworth with the ball, trailing by 1, looking for a lead here. They haven't had one since maybe the opening bucket of the game. I think Wadsworth was up 3-2.
You got to be careful we don't get called here.
There's Smith for a 3.
Oh, look at that.
Boy, Mitch White really went up for it. He got
a
little too far underneath, and Josh Miller pulled down the rebound.
He's probably the only one that can really leap.
Pitts nails a 3. Well, they're going to let him shoot, Pitts, and he's got 8 points due to it. Magic's up 4. Baughman steps inside the arc and drills a nice jumper. Chad Baughman.
10 points for Chad.
In his first varsity season, scored that team high 16 points in the loss to Jackson. Out to Pitts again, left open. Yeah, you can see quickly in transition. Mitch White. White gets in the books for the first time tonight. Here's Adam Moore. Got around a pick. Then Calhoun out to Pitts. Now to Adam Moore again. And now to Calhoun for a long shot. Boy, leaving him open for those threes. Lawson speeds down the floor, right of the lane, goes up against Miller, misses. Nice tip in, put back by White. Wait, White really got up on that one, even with the rim, to just tip it in.
Yeah, he's got some hops.
That one knocked out by Lawson, hustling for it. Over and back!
Ooh,
Calhoun arguing
that might be a bad call.
Calhoun of the Magics and Coach Rector arguing that Lawson tipped the ball, so how could it be an over and back?
I would have to agree with that.
And they're saying, the ref's trying to say, no, it...
Well, that was...
Coach Callahan saying, suck it up. Steve Pitts clapping out front, defending Jeremiah Lawson. He loves it. Here's LaRubio to Constantine. Minute and a half left, third quarter. Drew Constantine to Barlo to Lawson. Right wing 3, short, and Miller went up for it. Miller's got a handful of rebounds here tonight. Pete Hess.
I saw him in the JV game.
In there now for Barberton, 5'6" junior. He's got the ball. Hands it to Steve Pitts. Now over to Calhoun. He does a lot of head faking on those threes, does Calhoun. Moore to Calhoun in the corner. Nailed another. Calhoun's got his second 3, and he's got 10 points. Barberton, a little bit of a press. Now they back off. 40 seconds left, third quarter. Wadsworth just again, can't get over the hump.
No, he tied up or one down.
Wadsworth won here in a thriller last year in overtime against the Magics. Remember, that was when they honored the state team. 25-year anniversary, and the Wadsworth varsity team responded to that with a win. Lawson double pumps, block shot by Miller, and he picks it up off the floor. Last second shot, Miller off the side of the backboard. Coach Calhoun really getting into it with Josh Miller now. I'm sorry, Coach Rector.
Yeah, he
Miller
wasn't aware of how much time was left, evidently.
Miller came off the floor chirping a little bit, and Coach Rector stood him up by his shoulders and said, "Listen to me, boy. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza, 334-4949 here in Wadsworth. Give them a call and tell them you heard about them here on WCTV. Our next game here on WCTV will be of the girls variety. That'll take place this coming Wednesday, January 10th, when the Lady Grizzlies will blow out the Talmadge Lady Blue Devils. They'll blow them right out of this gym.
Talking about the Lady Grizzlies, they do have a game tomorrow afternoon
at Perry.
So if you don't have anything to do, Saturday, the 6th of January, 1 o'clock, head down there. Perry's in between Maslin and Canton.
They have a pretty decent team, although they did get handled as you look at Jen Ewell as we talk about the Lady Grizzlies. Standout senior player for Wadsworth. But Perry did get handled by North Canton Hoover the other day. Although a lot of teams get handled by that Hoover team.
Very good team.
All right, fourth quarter. Put the notes away and enjoy this one. Final 7.5 minutes. See what the Grizzlies can do here.
Well, they're gonna rest out there.
Grizzlies looking to better their league record. They are 3-1 in the Suburban League. That's Smith way off on a three. Rebound pulled down by Matt Fortner, the junior for Barberton. Back to girls basketball. How about Revere beating Green the other night?
That was a real shock to me.
We saw Revere play, and yeah, they do a couple things nice, but not foul and one for Barberton. You'd never think they do anything nice enough to beat a team like Green.
Yeah.
But that's the way it goes in the SL. So Wadsworth, the girls team that is now still have just a one-game lead in the league. There's an over and back.
Backcourt violation.
Wadsworth girls are 6-0 in the Suburban League. Revere is 5-1. Their only loss in the league to Wadsworth. And Copley and Green are 4-2 in the league. Yeah, tomorrow is one of those rare non-league game Saturdays.
Yeah.
For girls. A few of the league teams playing non-league games. And then they will. There's Barlo going up strong, but the putback by Baughman is good. And Baughman, he's got 7 points here in the second half. And 12 altogether. So Baughman came in averaging 9, has 12 already.
This another interesting look at that scoreboard. One team foul
Carey traveled. They're going to say Lawson fouled him. Lawson had the hands up in the air, and they're calling the foul on Lawson.
Coach Callahan discussing that with the referee.
And he says, okay, I get it now. On the foul call. We have had one. Make it now 2 free throws made in the entire game.
Yeah, 1 for each team. That is very unusual.
Missed that one. Barlo got the rebound. Quickly out to Baughman.
Yeah, we need a bucket here. 5 down. Hey, guess what? My buddies won another.
They're buying tonight.
Oh, there's a nice one by Joe Goddard. Joe gets in the book.
There's another and one play for the Magics.
Yeah, in that situation there, you're going to foul him. You got to make sure he doesn't get that shot up. You got to hammer him.
7 points now for Carey.
Well, that should be a pretty nice 50-50 tonight. Let's see. We probably had 8 or 9 in there.
And Carey converts. Magic's up 5. Lawson flicks off a quick 3 and nailed it. And then a quick timeout called by Coach Callaghan after the shot.
Big
Grizzlies
three.
only down 2. 15 points now for Jeremiah Lawson. Came into tonight leading the Grizzlies, and that is his average per game, 15.
Yeah, all 6 points by Blaine Carey for Barberton this half. Let's see, how many? 4 threes by Jeremiah.
There's Lawson's last shot.
7 threes for Wadsworth. Six for Barberton.
All right, exactly 5 minutes left. And it's a 2-point game. All right, how about if the Barberton Magics lose this game? They would drop to 1-3 in the league.
Ooh.
Nobody would have thunk it.
No, that's a pretty good team.
Miller out to Moore, now to Carey. Carey drives in the paint, leans back, throws one up short, rebound Barlo. Now they had Barlo trapped right after that rebound. They kind of backed off of it.
You know, Joe Goddard's being dogged down there by Jacob North.
Yeah, and
they've been guarding each other all night.
I think they're doing the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
North must be a great outside shooter because he's only a freshman and he starts and has been in there.
And he hasn't scored.
Quite a bit, but yeah, he has yet to score tonight. But well, ever since Goddard went off in those first few games, nailing all those threes, every team comes in and face guards him.
Yeah, that was evident that Green game, too.
Coach Callahan out there directing traffic and clapping about it. He loves it.
Well, the Miller twins down there in the paint.
Yeah, he figures we are not going to get in a up and down the court game with the Magics, we'd probably get blown out of here. So great strategy employed by the Wadsworth coaching staff tonight.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with this.
Dean Smith style.
Yeah, you got to know how to coach the game, and
you got to know how to coach with
players.
what you've got.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what's happening tonight. As Coach Callahan said after the Jackson loss, that Jackson beat us to every loose ball, and you just can't put yourself into a position where you're 13 points down with the type of team Wadsworth has. If they get too far behind in a game, the type of play that Wadsworth utilizes, they really aren't a comeback kind of team. And if someone really gets streaky hot. Now we're down to 2.5 minutes.
Well, how far are they going to let this tick down? Coach Rector's got to make a decision.
Here they
this
come.
Too.
And then Miller fouls Smith.
And that's only their second team foul, so they can do a lot of that.
And then a timeout wanted by Coach Rector with it 42-40. Well, it was 25-17 at the half, so Wadsworth has outscored Barberton 23-15. Look at Coach Robinson there. Take a look at the crowd here tonight.
That's the Grizzly faithful, followed over there by Barberton High School fans.
You see some of those old-style warm-up pants down there.
Yeah.
The purple with the white stripes.
Look like they're prison pants. Well, they're going to put a little pressure on the ball now.
2 minutes remain. Two neighborhood rivals here with storied traditions behind them. We'll see who comes out on top here in just a minute or two. Barlo, clear lane, up against Miller. Draws the foul. Jeremy Miller stayed with Barlo there, and all Barlo wanted to do was at least draw a foul there, and he did. Shot did not fall, but Barlo going to look to tie it up here. Here it is.
Ooh. Boy, this situation, you got to make those fouls.
Yep. Missed them both. But tipped out to Baughman. The Grizzlies catch a break. Coach Callahan says, stay put. Barberton, they want the ball back. Grizzlies not gonna allow it.
Yeah, we've got to get someone else. Okay, timeout, Grizzlies.
Adam Moore was looking to step in for a steal there, but Barlo wisely did not pass it.
I'm getting all kinds of hand signals.
There's my song.
Now, what is that? Is that one you were talking about?
Yeah, here we go. All right.
Now you got to help me with that tune.
Yeah.
That Steve Miller band?
No.
No, of course
There
not.
we go. All right, 42-40, 128 left. Is our audio back to normal? All right, fine. Joe Goddard inbound, front of the Grizzly bench to Jeremiah Lawson, 125 left. Jeremy Miller aggressively comes out to help out.
Yeah,
Steve
someone's
Pitts.
got to be open.
Kaufman drives in, lays it up and in for the tie. Mike Barlo calls out the defensive play, holding up 5 hands, saying 5. 1 minute remains. Timeout, Barberton.
Slow down game a little bit. Not a whole lot of scoring, but this has been a very entertaining game. I got to give it to Coach Callahan on this one. Very well executed.
Not much exuberance from the Barberton fans. They're a little worried about this one.
They thought this was going to be a blowout, I'm sure.
Wadsworth, the huge underdog. They're all into it, thinking we can win this one here on our home floor. Elijah in attendance.
Yeah, I see him down there with the air guitar.
And there's the bear taking off his head.
You gotta be hot in there tonight.
Yeah, he's getting ready to shed it.
Not too bad at Arkwright Stadium in October,
no.
But it's gotta be a little warm in here.
1:01 left, 42-42.
And I think we have the starting lineup in there for Wadsworth and
not for Barberton.
No, not for Barberton. They have a couple.
We got both Millers in there.
Both Millers.
Only one of them starts, and Calhoun's in there who doesn't start either. So there's
Adam Moore.
Only 2 starters on the floor for Barberton right now.
Yeah.
Wadsworth fans on their feet on the home side, and now Barberton going to employ a little Grizzly offense.
Yeah,
he's got here. Out comes Lawson on Pitts. Pitts hands off to Moore, who is the best ball handler on this Barberton team.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt they try to run it down and get the last shot.
They may try to go down low to one of the Millers.
Yeah, you got it.
Barlow on Jeremy Miller. Coming over to that side. Timeout wanted again. Coach Rector. 14.6 left.
Yeah.
Got to play D here.
Yeah, we got the coaches out there talking it over.
You would. Now they break it up to, nope, now Coach Callahan comes back.
I think Coach Schrock had a little bit of input there. He was doing most of the talking. And it looks like Mitch White's going to come in defensively. Get that rebound.
Yeah, you'd hate to have a last-second shot fall here for the Magics as hard as you worked for this one, but...
Well, nothing. It's early. We still have an overtime.
There you have a look at the West Gym scoreboard here in Grizzly Country.
Is that another one of your songs playing?
No. Steve Moore dodging bullets in Barberton purple uniforms down there. He gets out of the way. And here we go. Kenny Calhoun to inbound.
Oh, it looks like Mitch White is going to be on Adam Moore.
Yep.
And from this lineup, they probably want to try to deny him the ball. Oh, you got it anyways.
White hounding Moore. 10 seconds left. Moore to Calhoun. He's had a hot hand tonight. 5 seconds to Pitts. Foul line. Pitts hands to Moore. Moore dumps off Calhoun. Shot at the buzzer, short. We got overtime.
Good defensive set there.
Very good, compacted defense. Here it is. You see it dumped off to Calhoun. He got around Taylor Smith there and had an open look at a fall-away jumper, but just not squared up enough. As you saw Coach Callahan with the arms raised in the air to take this one to overtime.
Yeah, in that quarter, Wadsworth had 10 points, but Barberton only had 6.
First overtime game of the year for Wadsworth. However, second consecutive year that this matchup here at the West Gym goes into overtime. Last year, I mentioned it, they honored the 1981 state runner-up team, boys basketball, before the Barberton contest, or at halftime. And then Wadsworth pulled away with a 64-60 win in overtime against Barberton. And Barberton was 18-2 in the regular season last year, and one of those 2 losses was here at the West Gym to the Wadsworth Grizzlies.
And we start with the jump ball, and Mitch White is jumping center this time.
And Josh
A
Miller.
bit more spring in his legs than anyone else.
It goes back to Moore. Pitts in the corner. Thought about a 3, then brings it back out around front.
Well, we got some mismatches here. And
Pitts fires up a 3, misses. Rebound White. He went nearly to the rafters for that one, and a foul on Blaine Carey, who kind of fell on the back of Mitch White going after that one.
Yeah, that's only 4 team fouls, so it's still 1-1. Boy, Mitch did a heck of a job out there.
It's not
defense.
1-1 yet. Nobody leaving the building here tonight. Wadsworth has not had a lead in this game since the opening baskets, in which it was 3-2 Wadsworth. And they are still looking for a basket to take a lead. Best they've done is tie. And that's where we're at now, 42 apiece. Oh, look at that. Barlo got backdoor and then fouled.
That was a nice break.
Yeah, he broke on his defender, Josh Miller, and also Kenny Calhoun down there. Here it is.
Mike had a little trouble from the foul line first time, well, in the fourth quarter, so let's hope he's got his eye back.
Wadsworth for the lead.
Layup.
Got it.
Okay. Looked like that was going to be right.
Wadsworth leads it now by 1. Up by 2. Man, 2.5 left.
Coach Rector calling out play number 2, whatever that might be.
Calhoun to Luke Thompson. He's been rather silent tonight. Underneath to Thompson. And he drills Tyler Smith to the floor, but no call. Thompson might be the answer underneath for Barberton here in the overtime. I think his legs ought to be pretty fresh.
Yeah, he hasn't been in there a whole lot of time.
Timeout Wadsworth, tied at 44. Here comes Elijah again. And see, in the overtime, do you get 2 timeouts?
I think you get, I know you get 1 extra timeout. I'm not sure about that rule.
All right, 2:05. I gotta fix this monitor, jeez.
Well, Joe Goddard's got the ball. Be taken out there on the front of the student section. Chances are go back court from the way Barberton's lined up. There we go. Zazu Pitts down there clapping his hands. Ooh, that was close to walking.
Lawson dribbling around out front with it, and nearing the 1.5 minutes left mark. And he loses it, trying to split through a double team.
Oh, Rector says, spread it out.
Give him a little taste of your own medicine.
Yeah, well, that's what they did to end the game. Spread it out, use the time, go for 1 shot. Woo.
Oh, Thompson was not awake there. He almost
that
didn't
could have
get
been
that
disastrous.
pass. Adam Moore driving in, pulling back, 50 seconds left. Luke Thompson back to Moore, looking at Coach Rector for instruction. Says get it over there. Now Goddard's going to go out on Moore. Timeout Barberton.
Well, you know, you would have taken 49 points at the end of regulation tonight.
Well, here in the overtime, we've only had 2 points by each team. 2 free throws by Mike Barlo and a basket by Luke Thompson of Barberton. And we're going to hear jump around again.
Now who plays that one?
That would be House of Pain.
I told someone in the office today about not knowing who the Steve Miller Band was, and they didn't believe me.
I bet you've heard some of their songs.
Oh, probably so. I'm still singing Kingston Trio songs.
All right,
Nope,
36.7. Wadsworth fans starting to do the moan chant that you hear so much in college basketball arenas. The constant, down to 15 seconds. Adam Moore looking for something, gets it to Calhoun and breaks down away to Pitts. Lawson out on him, 5 seconds left. Moore needs to get an open look. Miller has it, flings it up. Last second three, Moore. No, double overtime. Overtime number 2. And my DVD is only 2 hours long, so.
Oh boy.
So.
Yeah, you'd have some unhappy folks if missed the last bucket. Well, let's see. We're going to have another jump ball to start the game.
Now let's see if Wadsworth can't maybe get the last possession here. 4 more minutes to go, and
well, that answers the question about how many minutes in extra or in overtime in high school. Someone was asking the other night at Stowe, was it 3? Was it 4? Was it 5? 4 minutes overtime.
It's one of those ones you always forget.
Yeah, you just don't see it that frequently.
I think in college and the pros, it's 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think so.
Period 6 on the scoreboard. And on our graphic, that would be OT2. So if you could just type that in the computer.
And they've got it there.
Yep, got it.
Good job.
I know, I'm just being foolish. Barlo in there to tip it now, and Josh Miller easily wins the tip back to Adam Moore. Adam Moore's been busy with the hands here in the...
With the handling the rock, as they say.
Or as my buddy Paul Keels calls it, the pumpkin.
The pumpkin.
Here we go, 3:30 still. I can't remember the last double overtime
I don't
game.
either. I have a hard time remembering the last game.
Here's Pitts over to Moore. Moore hasn't had a lot of open looks tonight. Pitts has, and he misses. And Lawson gets the rebound. Now Wadsworth's going to run with it. Coast to coast. Lawson draws the foul and gets the bucket. Here's the replay. Jeremiah Lawson.
Boy, he went up for that one too, didn't he?
17 points now on the night for Jeremiah Lawson. Freshman Jacob North back in there for Barberton. Steve Pitts has logged a lot of minutes, and he'll sit down. Lawson from the free throw line tonight, 1 out of 2. And he misses. Wadsworth, though, with the 2-point lead. Here comes Adam Moore again. Long three, North. Misses. Tipped out to Calhoun. And back to North. Now junior Kenny Calhoun to Jacob North again. They're not face guarding North now, the Grizzlies. And he's open for a 3. Missed that one. Miller.
Oh, poor timing.
Well, the ball double bounced on
I see.
him. The ball double.
He couldn't have been that far off.
No, it double bounced
Yeah, I was looking through the backboard, so a little hard to see.
Hit the rim, then the side of the backboard, and he jumped up on the original carom there, and then it got out to the Grizzlies, and we got another timeout.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what the press says about this game.
It'll be interesting to see if I can get it on the air by 10 o'clock when it's supposed to be on.
Yeah. Yeah, with this crack crew, I'm sure that you're going to be able to do that.
Yes.
Is there some regulation about timing on the basketball game? You just can't do it live, is that correct?
That's correct. I think the regulations don't come into place until tournament time, but whatever. It's little old Wadsworth. And you're watching WCTV Channel 16, the only station in the world that you can watch Wadsworth Grizzly basketball. And it will be Wadsworth ball right in front of scorer's table, center court. Barlo trying to get around Josh Miller. Pulls back out, and then Carey steals it, but he stepped out of bounds.
He's out of bounds, yep. We can't have a turnover.
No, I think here you keep the ball out of Barlow's hands until...
Yeah, you got to have someone come up there and relieve him of that basketball in that situation.
Until he's, down low, and then you get it to him for the score. But they get it into Barlow. To Lawson. Lawson in the corner to Smith. Smith dribbling around, finds Barlow, top of the key, 150 left. Barlow drives in on Miller, lays one up, and in! Mike Barlo left-handed.
Nice job.
Grizzlies, their largest lead of the game, 4 points.
What was that? No, I didn't get a good view of that.
Going to be on Barlow.
Well, let's see.
Nobody in any kind of foul trouble here tonight.
Oh, that's only 14 fouls on the Grizzlies.
And Mitch White gets in there now. North to inbound, lobs out to Carey. Lane Carey with it. Foul line, spin move. He traveled.
Oh boy, that's a break for us.
Referee whistle blows again. Said, I'm not ready. Taylor Smith needs help. Lawson, three-player press. Somebody's open down the floor. It's Baughman for the layup! 6-point lead for Wadsworth. And then Baughman almost gets the steal on Miller, but Miller golden with the hands. And then Miller a turnaround layup, putting Barlow on the floor to pull Barberton within 4, and a timeout called by the Magics.
Well, I think we're going to be going to the foul line here, probably. Big wet spot down there on the floor.
That would be Barlow's sweat.
I think it was Mr. Eaton down there doing a good job.
The Wadsworth Grizzlies chant going on here in the West Gym.
I'd like to say it again. This is a terrific job of coaching by the Wadsworth staff, and players are doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, There you look at Coach Schrock. But yeah, what a great job by the Wadsworth kids, employing the exact game night strategy that Coach Callahan put in place for this one. And they're up 4 points with 1:06 left.
And they got the ball after that bucket. Well, we got to get the ball inbounds down court. Maybe get another easy basket.
Well, yeah, Barberton put 3 players on the person with the basketball. Pitts knocked that one out of bounds.
No. I think the coach talked him into that one. I was looking right down on that, and they poked that away.
Looked like Pitts reached right in and just knocked it out of bounds.
He did. I'm looking right down on it.
Well, nonetheless, Barberton with it. But they're down 2 buckets. Moore loses it as he tried to hand it off to Miller underneath and handed it right to Barlo. Now Wadsworth can just stall, and Barberton will have to start fouling. And there's the foul.
Now we're going 1-on-1. Now this is where the game can be absolutely handled.
Or lost.
Or lost, yeah. You got to make that front one.
Here's Lawson. The first one is there. Up 5. Well, they're on their way to an upset of upsets.
Well, heck, we got
plenty of time left.
Yeah, a lot of time.
Next one, good.
And the threes. They've got to keep that defensive pressure on, eat the clock.
No fouls and no threes. North is thinking about a 3. Hess puts up a 3 and misses. Miller the rebound, and he gets it.
Which Miller was that?
That was Josh, number 41. Here comes Lawson. And he's fouled by Kenny Calhoun. Well, they're going to keep the ball probably in Lawson's hands here the rest of the way, and he can seal the deal if he keeps converting.
Yeah, that's right.
From the charity stripe.
You got Taylor Smith out there and Baughman, both pretty good ball handlers.
Some more big ones. Got it. Back to a 5-point lead.
A little bit of senior experience there, too, at the foul line. That's tough going up that line with the game being as close as it has been all day and having to make them.
And Lawson gets the second one. Lawson moved in from North Carolina his junior year, and he's been the standout player so far this season for Wadsworth as Adam Moore comes to the other end and makes it a 4-point game again. Barlo is grabbed by Miller, and he'll go to the line. And now Mike Barlo is 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. Missed his first 2, made his second 2.
Fortner in for Jacob North.
19 seconds left. Wadsworth looking to go back up.
Ooh, that was
a little too much on that one. Miller with the rebound. Going to be with about 15 seconds left here for Moore. 3-pointer up in the air by Fortner. Matt Fortner puts the Magics within 1.
Foul line.
And Fortner's got 6 points on 2 threes. He made a 3 at the beginning of the game and a 3 here at the end. And Fortner's been a key contributor off the bench for Coach Calhoun this year.
Another
I keep saying Coach Calhoun. Coach Rector, sorry.
Another thing, next foul shot, Wadsworth has 2. Will be in the double bonus, so 1-point game. Boy, you just got to make those foul shots at the end of the game.
Yes, you do. And Lawson did his part by converting 4 out of 5
in the 2 overtimes.
But Barlo missed the front end there of that last one. And had he made those 2, that forced Barberton to make a 3 to tie it. Now they can make a 2 to win it should they get the ball back. And I'm assuming they will, because they will foul immediately. And that would give them, 8 or 9 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to
left with
be
the
able
ball.
to get that ball in and run a little time off.
It'll be Goddard, Baughman, Smith, Lawson, and Barlo, all 5 starters for Wadsworth. It'll be Calhoun, Hess, Pitts, Adam Moore, and Josh Miller for Barberton.
Taylor Smith taking the ball out. We've got to have some pick and some screens here, picks. And
they get it to Lawson. Lawson not being fouled. Then he finally is with 7.6 left. Gotta make them both to force Barberton to shoot a 3 to tie it.
Well, guess who's coming in now for them? Matt Fortner, the 3-point shooter, hit that one in just a few seconds ago, really.
First one for Lawson. Nailed. Now, if you go up here by 3, and they're inside the 3-point line with the ball, do you foul them?
It depends on the situation.
I mean, you're up 3 points.
Yeah.
Just don't foul them on a 3.
That's right.
And he missed that one, maybe on purpose.
No, he didn't miss that on purpose.
I'm kidding.
Okay, we had a foul to give there.
That was Barlo.
Actually got one more. 3.7 seconds.
Magics will inbound at midcourt with 3.7 left.
They only need a 2 to tie.
A 3 would win it. And a timeout.
Ooh.
Coach Callaghan.
Oh, I wonder what my blood pressure is now.
I wonder how much time we have left on that DVD.
We can't give them a 3-point shot here. That was, don't even want to think about that.
It's already hot enough in here. We got all these fans crowding around our booth.
I think they're want to hit the exit as soon as the game's over.
Oh, whatever. I need to get my duct tape and completely quarter this area off. There you can see to my right.
Well, let me lean back. We'll get you in the picture here.
And then behind me and to my left, you can't see them all on screen, but.
Well, those are our groupies, John.
Steve, yeah. Steve Moore has talked to me about building some kind of press booth up here.
That would be very nice.
In order, to make room for us, the newspapers that come in. Sometimes radio stations are here to cover games. They to make a huge one all along the wall here. Inbounded. It'll be Fortner to win it. No! Rebound Wadsworth. Game over. Grizzlies win. Woo!
All right.
Wadsworth comes out on top. 55 to 53. How about that?
Oh my! Let's get those boys out there shaking hands. Well, let me see. We'll try to get this.
Wadsworth with the huge win, dropping preseason favorite Barberton another notch down in the Suburban League standings. Wadsworth improves to 5-2 overall. They are now 4 5-1 in the Suburban League. The Barberton Magics 5-4 overall, and just 1-3 in Suburban League action. Well, what more could you say than the job done by Coach Callahan and his staff.
Okay,
Coach Callahan giving hugs down there to friends and family as you watch Coach Schrock walk off there, woo, with a sigh of relief. Here's the score.
Okay, here we go for the Barberton Magics. Kenny Calhoun had 10. Steve Pitts, 8. Matt Fortner, 6 on the 2 threes we mentioned. Blaine Carey with 8. Adam Moore with 5. Luke Thompson, 4. And leading the way, Josh Miller with 12. And for the Grizzlies, Taylor Smith, 2. Joe Goddard, 3. Mitch White, 4. Drew Constantine, 2. Mike Barlo, 6. Chad Baughman with a real nice game, 16, and leading the way, Jeremiah Lawson. There we go. I'm still excited. Jeremiah Lawson with 22 points.
So 2 players in double figures.
Yeah.
Baughman and Lawson. And man, what a barn burner of excitement here at the West Gym tonight as the Wadsworth Grizzlies come out in big-time fashion to defeat their neighborhood rivalries, the Barberton Magics. And, boy, what does this do for your season?
It's got to say a whole lot about the coaching as far as I'm concerned. The kids are hustling all over the floor. They may get beaten a few more times this year, but they're going to be
one tough customer for a lot of teams, and namely their next game Tuesday at Copley. Here's a replay of the final seconds of the game. You see the shot by Fortner off the mark. Mitch White, big ups for the rebound, and the buzzer sounded for the 55-53 victory for the Wadsworth Grizzlies. So thanks to Papa John's Pizza, thanks to our whole crew here for bringing you some great pictures of this ball game tonight, as the Grizzlies will head over to Copley next week, and then they have 2 more away games before we'll be back for boys action January 23rd.
Let's see,
against Revere. The next home game, boys or girls, will be next Wednesday when the girls take on the Talmadge Blue Devils.
Right, and I did mention that game tomorrow down at Perry that I'm sure we're going to see a lot of the Wadsworth people down there. The weather is real good, not too much going on, so let's see some red jerseys down there at Perry tomorrow.
So for the 2nd straight year here at the West Gym, the Wadsworth Grizzlies defeat the Barberton Magics last year in overtime, this year in double overtime, 55-53. Wadsworth improves to 5-2 overall, 4-1 in the Suburban League. And Barberton down another notch. They're now 1-3 in league play. For the whole WCTV crew and my father, Dr. Terry Bernard, I am John Bernard. We'll see you next week. So long, everybody.
So long.